Alright, work that power all the way to idle. And round it out. Put the nose up. Let's get that nose up. See? Ooh, go around, go around, go around. When it starts to do crop like that, it's because of all this jerking.
Just be. Don't take it.
Hey guys, Brandon with Atmosfly here, and it's been a long while since I had an upload, and there were a few reasons for that, but we're back at it today with some more pre-solo work. I've done a few flights before this one, but they weren't really any different than what I've uploaded before, so I decided to cut those out and go straight to this lovely late afternoon flight in the Shreveport area. We've got a lot of flying to do, so make yourselves comfortable and get ready.
Downtown Tower, Skyhawk 590 here, Papa holding short, runway 32.
Skyhawk 590, Sir Papa, downtown tower. Make left traffic, runway 32, clear for takeoff, drives to Cessna. Disregard, hold short, runway 32.
Hold short 32, Sir Papa.
Jesus. Right there.
Today's flight will begin with pattern work in the downtown airport airspace shown here. Sandwiched between Barksdale Air Force Base and Shreveport Regional, the airspace can get somewhat busy by new student standards. After a few laps around the pattern, we'll take a trip to Regional and do some touch and goes there. Right now, we're just waiting for our sister aircraft, Skyhawk 358 Tango Whiskey, to pass before departure.
Cessna 0, Sir Papa, follow the Cessna on the upwind, make left traffic, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Left traffic 32, clear for takeoff, Sir Papa.
Alright, aileron into the wind a little bit for that correction. And heels to the floor.
And we're going.
Yep. Right rudder. Get it on there. Good.
Airspeed's alive, engine instruments are in the green.
And you'll slowly start working this back out as you speed up. There you go.
Alright. Rotate.
Good. Put that right rudder in.
A brief apology for the sound of the cabin air hitting the microphone. You can see Heather immediately wanting to fix it. Obviously I was preoccupied with the departure to even notice. She'll fix it in a second. Takeoff is a critical phase of flight, and any small distraction could lead to significant issues.
I gotta fix that. Is that
Yeah,
alright? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that drives me insane.
Maintaining runway heading.
Very good.
Above runway track.
Uh-huh.
Tracking center line.
Yeah, just track center line. Very good.
Hit left traffic. A nice crosswind.
Cessna 0, Sierra Papa, continue downwind, you're following Cirrus traffic on a 4-mile final.
Continue down, we got the Sears invite. 0 Papa.
Cessna 0, Sierra Papa, follow the Cirrus, runway 32, clear, touch and go, the Cirrus is a full stop.
3 for 32, clear touch and go, 0 Papa.
Alright, so we'll just extend it out just slightly. Now he's fast, so you can go ahead and start your...
Crew to the terminal, monitor ground point
Let's go ahead
65,
and get this flaps there.
Juliet, good day.
Good day.
And decrease some of that power, right? Or just look at your airspeed and your own glide path, so it would be power to adjust. Good. Active, the runway's clear.
Yep, runway's clear. Clear touch and go.
Yep. And this plane does fly just slightly different than Tango Whiskey.
Got an 80-degree crosswind.
Not much of one though. Doing good. But just on that air. That power in for that seat. Some power in if you have to. Don't pull it out yet, you're low. Okay, now I'll decrease that power all the way back to idle. Still flying it down and round it out. Good. And just start putting a little correction in. Hold that nose off. Hold that nose off. Nice. Get it
Gotta
a little
go straight.
softer, but that wasn't bad. Yeah, just straighten it up. Right rudder. Just fine. Just really try to get on center line. It is crosswind, so it is a little more difficult, but just keep trying to work it to center, okay? That was pretty good.
So the first approach went alright. Could have been more stabilized with less side-to-side drift. A little bit of a crosswind, but no excuse for the poor approach. Let's see if we can make this one any better. My rudder usage certainly needs work.
And that's
Right, power's to idle. Around it out. At the end of the runway now. Holding it level. Don't jerk on it. Oh. Flaps up. Full power.
You can see on the round out I jerked the controls up. To this point, Heather has been assisting me on the round out, ensuring I don't put the plane in any dangerous state, and helping keep the nose off the ground. While it's good for safety, it can also hurt a little bit, because at least from my experience, it made finding the sweet spot a little harder. In this case, I jerked on the controls and caused us to climb a little, requiring careful adjustment afterwards. It was a beautiful evening for flight. With peak diurnal heating behind us, those strong thermal circulations responsible for boundary layer turbulence were decaying, providing smooth flight in the lowest levels. Nothing quite beats late afternoon or early evening flights, in my opinion.
gripping this too hard. My fingers are.
Yeah. You know why I can tell you're gripping it too hard? One of those things, you're gonna get it figured out. Let's point at the horseshoe. See how the feet move? Use them.
Cessna 00 Papa, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go 00 Papa.
But you're steadily drifting in.
Always attentive, she never misses an opportunity for correction.
Looking good here. Got a little bit of power just to rest that seat. Right.
Okay, 65 knots.
Good.
Drift over to the left.
Alright, power's to idle. Keep flying it down, round it out. Alright, just hold it here. Hold it here. Let it.
Cessna Tango Whiskey, clear
There it
touch and go.
goes. There it
Let's
goes.
go, Timothy.
Hold it off. Flaps up. Full power. All the way back.
The landings certainly seem to be getting better. I still haven't felt out the round out transition to this point, but I'm getting better lateral and vertical control up to the point of touchdown.
Laps 30.
I'll start the turn. Remember, don't grip it too hard. Relax.
Something I've noticed even during flight is that I tend to come in too high as 4 white lights on the PAPI indicator. Easy to correct in a Cessna 172S on a runway such as ours, but something I need to fix moving forward.
Alright, you're high and fast, so there's no need for more power right now.
Cessna Tango Whiskey, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go 328 Tango Whiskey.
Another issue I've identified early on is my reluctance to bank beyond 15 degrees or so in the pattern. I've always been interested in aviation accidents, and I know of the dangers of the base to final turn, so I think I tend to be too shallow on my banks and often overshoot the base to final rollout. It wasn't much of a problem this evening since we had a right quartering crosswind slowing our ground speed on base, but you can tell that I'm reluctant to bank too much on base to final turn.
Now let's start working the power out. No herky-jerky movement here. Round it out. Just relax it. Hold it off. Hold it off. Hold it off. Hold it off. Not bad. You got the nose up. Flaps up. Full power.
You can see on this one that once again I rounded out aggressively. For some reason I was a little timid approaching the runway today. Need to ease the round out in rather than pull back on the yoke.
It should be real smooth. And I'm kind of trying to assist you, but then it's kind of, I mean, we always end up kind of helping and harming at the same time sometimes.
Drift does make it a lot easier though.
Yep.
On this approach, it's more stable. The approaches are getting better for sure, but once again, timid as we round out and approach the runway. And you'll see that in just a second.
I'll pull it to idle. Flying it down. Right, round it out. Don't jerk it though.
Yep.
Stop jerking. Be smooth with it. Feel what I'm doing. Oh, you gotta get it up further than that. Flaps up. Full power.
I'm so used to it, you assisting me that
You're not
I'm
full,
just-
yeah. That's why I'm stopping. I'm not as much anymore.
For some reason, I was flying uncharacteristically skittish or timid on short final. I know how a proper roundout is supposed to be executed, and yet, reflexively, I was pulling back on the
You gotta
control
get that-
column.
Yep.
Remember how we were doing that one day and then you felt it and you're like, oh, it's that much. That's it. Downtown Tower, Scott 5900 Papa. After this touch and go, we'd like to depart to Shreveport Regional for Touch-and-Gos and their pattern.
0 Papa, roger. After your touch and go, turn left on course.
Left on course after touch and go, 0 Papa. I'm gonna let you go to the big boy airport now.
oh boy.
Woo! It's just like landing
Delta
here.
Tower, Tango Whiskey would like the option.
Cessna Tango Whiskey, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, Tango Whiskey.
Alright, I bet we're gonna be low. Yep, you're low. So, to correct for that, slow off and give it a little power. Let it get back up. Very nice. Man, I'm good. Call it every time. Alright? Now let yourself balloon up. Once you're back on that glide path, just decrease that power again. Good. Do another one of those good landings.
Alright.
Now we're going to climb up, and then we're going to turn left and head over to regional.
Okay.
We'll probably enter their pattern on a right downwind. Alright, work that power all the way to idle, and round it out, Oh, jerky. Get the nose up, let's get that fizz up, see? Alright, ooh, go around, go around, go around.
Laps 20.
Yep.
Here we're executing a go-around for a bounce landing, which could lead into porpoising. Did an okay job on the go-around, but I'm not a fan of how I began to right bank as I was trying to retract the flaps to 20. You gotta fly the plane at all times.
Okay, positive rate of climb.
Up. Flaps to 10. Hold that right rudder in. Let it speed up. Get us some good altitude. Okay, clean the
Okay,
flaps
flaps up.
Yeah. Good go around. When it starts to do crap like that, it's because of all this jerking. And if you hit down hard too, you're gonna bounce and catch that, you know. So, go around.
Alright, we're going left on course again.
Yep,
Cessna
right.
0 Papa, contact Shreveport departure, 119.9er.
Over to departure, 119.900 Papa. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay. Look at that ground speed. We want to start that turn, right?
Yeah, we do.
Uh-huh. And just make sure you stay coordinated and keep the nose down. Good. Very good.
So now we're flying into Shreveport Regional Airport. It's the only airport in our area that services passenger jet aircraft, the likes of which have been my dream to fly since I can remember anything.
Now, this is going to be
There
a
wasn't
winter
much
runway.
traffic
It's
around,
gonna
but I
give you a different
still
sight
felt
picture.
pressure to be on top of my
A
game.
lot of times you're going to round out too high on this. Okay. Well, we'll cut up 30 in. And the poppies are out.
Fun.
Oh, you're doing fine. Don't hit those poles down there, please. You feel those sinks?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how familiar it felt flying this approach. I've flown this exact final on flight sim before in the virtual cockpit of a CRJ 700. It was a pretty awesome feeling to do it again, but in an actual Cessna 172S, with aspirations to fly to airports like this in passenger aircraft one day.
And we got 3-2 on the numbers, 3-2's in the heading.
Passing the threshold.
Now you're passing the threshold. Alright, bring it down. Alright, round it out. Just round it out. Hold it back. Not bad. Flaps up. Full power. Right rudder.
The roundout still needs work, but I finally felt as if I'd gotten the transition to landing down. There's a lot to improve on, but I felt we were approaching the point of being ready for the first solo flight.
We got more runway that we have to clear here to make a square pattern. So I usually just have y'all kind of climb out a little higher, 800, 900, whatever.
During the climb out, I couldn't help but glance at the parked Embraer ERJ at the terminal. For many starting out in their airline careers, it's the first aircraft they'll be type rated for. It was cool to look down on an aircraft I may be flying one day when I finally make it.
We don't climb out at 90, do we?
Depends on what you're flying.
Well, do we do that in a Cessna?
Zero, Papa, would you like left or right close traffic?
Oh, left if possible. 0, Papa.
Yes, Papa, roger, make left close traffic and report left base.
Left close, report left base. 0, Papa.
Told you he didn't give us a direction.
What? Sure. They do it late sometimes, and sometimes they'll tell you to like, they'll tell you what traffic pattern and altitude they want you at too. Well, that's in the King Air I fly though. I guess they don't do it for the Cessna. In the King Air, they'll tell me like maintain 1500.
Nice humble brag, Heather.
Mine is clear, flaps to
After a few touch and goes at Regional Airport, we headed back to downtown airport to cap off the day with a full stop landing. This was definitely one of my favorite lessons yet, and we got a lot of good pre-solo prep in.
maybe a little high. Right on path.
Actually, yeah, pretty good.
Okay, maintaining 70 knots.
Unless we like to come in slightly higher here.
Again, overshot it. Okay, 65 knots on short final. Power to idle. Straightening it out. Round out.
Put that nose up. Be like right there. Alright. Go get off on it. That was better. A lot better. You can literally have this nose like up though.
Cessna 8 with your correction, Cessna 00 Papa, taxi Echo to parking, monogram 0.65.
Echo to the ramp, 0.65, 00 Papa.
That in there?
Wait till we get off the runway to fidget.
Yep.
After landing, flaps up. Throw the landing lights off.
With the flight complete, we turn our attention to scheduling my first solo. You only fly your first solo once in your lifetime, and no doubt it's an experience no pilot forgets. After this flight, we did 2 more lessons, much of it basic maneuver and traffic pattern practice. I don't plan on uploading those due to repetitiveness, but I may use footage from those flights in post-PPL review episodes. It was pretty wild flying into a bigger airport that features frequent jet traffic despite the lack of other traffic. I look forward to sharing my first solo experience with you guys, and if you like this video and haven't already, give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching today, and as always, welcome to the journey.